It's Roman from Timeflow. Today I want to show you what's new in our brand new 11th update. It's a big update. I've worked for almost a year and it's really cool to show you all the new features we got. So let me just show you step by step what's new. So let's start a new game. And if you didn't know that you can choose kind of minimum salary, it doesn't affect the game balance, but it affects prices you see in the game. So you can just click here and type, say, 15 bucks an hour. It sounds about like the minimum wage. You can also use this, and if you're using a different currency, type here and use these buttons to change it. But let's stick to $1 and start from here. So here you can choose how many players gonna play and whom do you want to play with, and let me just show you the game with just one person, just that'll be just easier. First, very new, you can see that we animated all our avatars. Before that, these guys were just static pictures. Now they in that kind of cool idle animation, so they swing. It's nothing special, they don't walk, but it's still cool to see how these animated characters come to life. So what's next interesting we got? That if you remember that in the first version of the game you had to pick your dream, and all dreams were the same for all difficulty levels. So now I changed this a bit, and if you're starting with an easy character, your goal is still kind of the same theme, but it's so much easier to achieve. So let me, for example, just show you space flight. So if you're starting with an easy difficulty character, you're dreaming just about suborbital flight, which is about $1 million. If you choose a normal difficulty level character, the same dream is way more expensive in this case. And if you pick a hard level character, it's gonna be a moon flight, which is way more expensive. So this way you can pick different dreams and they're gonna be more or less the same theme, but the price is gonna be different. So let's just start with a simple dream, travel one country. We made a totally new map. So you can zoom this map and see like all the different details. The board is still the same. I mean, there are the very same amount of cells, and it's still the same year. So one round takes a year. And you can choose an old map if you like it more. And also from here, you can choose different kind of skins. These don't affect the game. It's just a small way to support the development. It's a in-app purchase too. And the last thing that you can buy, it's like a badge. It's a subscription, like monthly subscription or annual subscription, and each badge is different in the price, so that's another way to support development. So that's basically all the new in-app purchases, and let me just show you what's new we got here. Let's roll the dice. And the first thing you can see here that now you can pick one out of 3 different cards. It's called draw 3, keep 1. And from here you can pick out of swimming pool, just doing sports, and yoga. Same goes for all assets, real estate, and also for stocks. Let's just keep playing. You can see that our character has a senior manager job. So in order to get a promotion, you have to get a leadership training. It's the same mechanic as it was before, but the thing is that now all careers, they are divided to different ladders, and if you wanted to succeed in that particular career, supplies in this case, you have to pass these particular workshops dedicated to supplies career path. And if you get these workshops and then say you drop this job and get to a public field, you have to get totally different kinds of workshops there. So you can't pass your educational success from one career to another. That's something new we got. And also, all careers now have 6 levels instead of 4, and they require a little bit different things for promotion. Say now it depends on age, on work experience. For now, let me just take this advanced training. Or maybe I'll take the leadership trainer, so maybe I'll get promoted and show you how does it work now. Right, let's just keep going. Okay, so now you see that you can get a job, not just business, real estate, and stocks, but now you can find a new job. And again, you can pick one out of 3 cards. So two of these cards, they're from the same field, and extraction worker is something very different. And you can compare what you get now. So my senior manager job gives me 9K a month, which is a lot. And extraction worker is like a starting position. It's way less lucrative. And goods manager, same. And shop assistant is a lower. So basically, I don't need it right now. None of this. But if you're picking a new career, or maybe if you're looking for a better position on a different career, that's the way to go. So for now, we just keep it. Let's see the very same. Also, you can see that now you have this kind of babysitter job. It's not a real job. You can be promoted here. It's more like a gig. It's a good way to make some money on the side, and it doesn't require a lot of time. So say my character can afford going for babysitting, but maybe, you know, for different kind of job, there are also like dog walker or waiter. So you can find something which you can afford, I mean, in terms of time. That's what was new for careers. And let's see what else we got for businesses. It's the very same that if you try to start a small business, you can see two cards and keep just one. Also, what's cool, now you can type your own name. You can say Instagram. And here you can see that name you gave it. What else is good here? That now if you purchase your dream, you can benefit from it. Let me show you how does it work. Let me buy this dream. Okay, so now you got your dream. Your mood got a really huge boost. And also if you click stress, you see that the fact that you made your dream come true, it decreases your stress, which can help you during your game. And if you click at the last skills tab, you can see that you completed this dream. It's 1 out of 1. It requires just one dream purchase on a lower difficulty level. Alright, what's next cool is if you click on stocks, now you can buy 1 out of 3 different stocks. And that's not the best, that's just how the basic stock market works. I added new companies. One more company is now, it's a Whole Foods and Beta Inc. And all these companies started with Greedy Bank, AggreCorp, Whole Foods, Beta Inc, and Nanotech and Cheatcoin. It's not a real company, it's just a cryptocurrency. So all of them, they have different risks, and they belong to different economic sectors, so they behave different. And Greedy Bank, it's like the most stable, not rising, not falling, and Nanotech, they can go up and down, and it doesn't pay dividends. And all the other companies, they're kind of in between. So AggreCorp is a little bit more volatile than Greedy Bank, but it's not as risky as Whole Foods. And Whole Foods, it's a little bit riskier than AggreCorp, but not as bad as Beta Inc. And Beta is not that crazy as Nanotech. And of course, the worst thing here is Cheatcoin, which can go up and down like in no time. So it's up to you. You can read how these companies behave on this screen. And let me just go with say, let me buy some Whole Foods. All right, we got that. And if you want to see how an advanced stock market works, you gotta choose education, trading basics. It takes just 1 month. It's not that expensive. And let's see how does it work. All right. You can use a pro stock market interface. Click on the stock market button above the logo. In order to buy stocks, you don't have to go to a green cell. You just click this button and you see this shiny brand new interface. Here, you remember that we bought some Whole Foods stocks, so you see it in your portfolio. If you click here you can see how much money you already made. It's plus 7%. You can choose how many you want to sell. You can also buy here. And the best thing that if you buy it here, your turn won't be interrupted. So you can, you can go and buy a lot of stocks at once, and you can short. And all of this is gonna be in your portfolio. And also here you can see margin requirements. So what does it mean? That if you want to get a loan to buy stocks, your margin requirements is 50%. That means that you cannot buy for more than you have in your cash. I mean, your loan is to equal your cash. But during the game, this margin requirement can be lowered. Some time can pass. You can get new acquaintances which can help you to lower your margin requirements. So in time, you can get more and more stocks on loan. By the way, there is another way how to read about different kinds of stocks. You just click here, diagram or about. And real estate here, it's the same way how it used to be in the previous version. So let's just close this window. Let me get that margin trading. By the way, that's the first way to lower your margin requirements. Just get another workshop. And here you can see that these new indexes, they change, so you can see how they changed from the last turn. Alright, so that's margin requirements were lowered, so let's see how does it work now. Remember that I wasn't able to buy for more than a double of my cash, so now this can be higher. Maybe you remember that the longer you play, the more time penalty your character gets. The older the character gets, the more time spent. It kind of represents the lack of energy you get when you're aging. What else has changed? That also your character is going to be making longer moves. So before, you should roll a dice 1 to 6, you could pass 3.5 cells a turn. Then it's going to be 1 to 7, so it's going to be roughly 4 each turn. Then it's going to be 2 to 7, then it's going to be 2 to 8, then it's going to be 3 to 8. So eventually your character is going to be able to make less turns each year, which again represents that the older you get, the less actions, the less events you see, the less things you can do at the same time. It basically says that you have to make everything as quick as possible. It's not like you have to do everything until you're 30 or 40, but still you have more time and you can do more while your character is kind of young. One more reason to keep things going. Also, I made sectors, different economic sectors, and each asset now belongs to a different economic sector. Here you can see that taxi belongs to daily needs, and copywriting belongs to production and upmarket. Each asset now belongs to one of 7 sectors: production, resources, upmarket, daily needs, technology, healthcare and education, and entertainment. If something happens to the economy sector, it affects all businesses, all careers, and all real estate and all stock companies here. And say, now I have a job in supplies, which is economy sector daily needs. So if something happens to daily needs, I'm going to be making less money at my day job. Taxi is going to be making less money, but it won't affect copywriting. That's a good thing, since each game will be a little bit different now. So in one game, economy sector technology can sharply rise and daily needs can, significantly fall. And if you're choosing the very same businesses or careers, you have to adapt your strategy. So let me show you how does it work. I don't have enough time to get all these kind of businesses. I'm going to go with copywriting, and then I want to leave my job, so I'll have more time for different kinds of businesses. Alright, I'm not making money anymore, I'm losing money. I gotta find more small businesses, at least to break even. So let's just take, say, tutoring, say handmade. And these businesses, they take time, so they don't bring in money right now. So it requires some time to get them rolling. Okay, copywriting now brings money. And you can say, alright, but you just got 5 different businesses, it doesn't sound realistic. Well, that's true, but also each business increases your stress. So if you click at stress, and you see that all these businesses, they increase your stress. And small businesses, they don't increase stress a lot, but medium businesses and especially large businesses, they increase stress a lot. So it's going to be really difficult to have a lot of businesses and be sane. One more thing that you might remember, that in previous versions you had this bad business month and good business month. So I tweaked it a bit. And now if you have anything happen to your business, you can choose either you're covering all expenses or you're trying to skip on that and covering just half. If you want to cover all expenses, it requires $1,000 here, and if you want to cover half, it requires less money. So let me show you what happens if you're trying to skip on that, and you'll see the consequences just in a bit. So here you see that you've managed to deal with unforeseen taxi business expenses with less money and no consequences. Business goes as usual. So here I was lucky, and even by saving some money on dealing with issues, I made it work. But it's not guaranteed that you can make it work, but maybe something can go wrong. So I was lucky this time. Let's see what will be the next time. That's the event I told you about, changes in economy. Green ideas take a turn. Consumers demand business to be more sustainable, and they aren't ready to pay an eco fee. Economic sector production is falling. Sector business income minus 25%, real estate income minus 13%, salaries minus 9%. Stocks to change non-attack. So now if you click at non-attack, we'll see that stocks going to be making a dip because of that event. Maybe it's a good time to go short. So let's just get as much as we can, non-attack. Let's see, do we have anything in production? As far as I remember, copywriting depends on production. Once we click here, we'll see that copywriting got some penalty. So now it brings less money than it used to. And since I have a lot of different stocks, and that's a dividend payment month, and you see that I'm making some money on EnergoCorp and Whole Foods, but since I have non-attack on short, I pay dividends instead. Let's see, by the way, how non-attack is doing. Non-attack is doing well. I mean, you see that it fell rapidly after that event, so I made some money. So you see that my total revenue now quite huge. So I basically doubled my investment. That's a new class of events I created for this new version. Remember that each business had two different events make a decision. So now I made it for each business two more. But what's more interesting, that each decision now can lead to different outcomes. Now each decision can lead to two different consequences, which basically makes four consequences out of two options. In some quests they have even more options than just two. Let's see what we got here. Handmade, make a decision. You're out of ideas. Copy the current trends or attend the craft workshop. So I can decide either should I copy or workshop. And workshop requires some money. Let's just try to save on that. Try to be a copycat. What else is interesting here? That now if you obtain an information time management skill, it'll allow you to see more cards, be able to draw 3 and keep 1 for assets. Right, the outcome of your decision, copy, as if anyone will notice. Crafty types don't have time for the internet and wouldn't know about your creative borrowing. You successfully sold them the stolen idea. Handmade income plus 15%. So here by cheating you made something good out of it, but it doesn't mean that every time you pick this decision. I got information time management skill that allows me to find more cards. Pick medium businesses, and now I can see not 1 but 2, which is a good thing since you'd spend less time finding the business you want to get. And from here I guess I'm gonna go with advertising agency. I can afford it in terms of time, and you see that the advertising agency, that's another kind of new event. And remember that when you had a good business month, you could just get some cash out of it. And now you can choose, either you cash out the extra or you can basically reinvest profits back. So if you cash out the extra, you're gonna get just a little bit money. And if you reinvest the profits back, you're not making any cash right now. It even requires some of your time, but let's see what you get from there. Alright, you see that by reinvesting the profits, you managed to increase the business revenue. Good job! Income plus 50%. That's a lot. Again, changes in economy. Membership and cashback programs force consumers to spend more and more often. Economic sector entertainment is rising. What I got here in terms of entertainment, I think basically none of my businesses are in that economic sector. Oh, handmade. Yeah, handmade belongs to entertainment. Alright, so once I click this button, I can see that my handmade is basically doubled my revenue. So some other event increased the revenue, and now that economic sector event increased even more. So handmade is basically twice as more profitable than it was at the beginning. And also you see that beta company stocks, they rose, and the thing is that I shorted them. So that means that I basically didn't make any money on that. I even lost money, so my revenue is now negative. Guess it's time to get rid of it. And I basically lost some money, but that's fine. I mean, it's business. So another new event, you've been invited to the craft fair. Sell a little bit of everything or just your signature piece. Let's see, it's a small decision for small business. I need a large assortment of products, so I'll focus on a single item. So you see that both choices, they don't require any of your time and money. So it's mostly your personal choice, how to feel, what's right and what's wrong. So let's try to focus on a single item. The outcome of your decision. Your mono product was in half a year ago, not today. Keep your eye on bold. Nothing happened, sorry, not this time. But maybe something good could happen if you picked a different decision, you don't know. I also added a new endless mode, and even if you win, you can still keep playing. Let's see what we got for victory. A trip around the world, I just got that. More than 300,000 in savings. It requires some cash deposits and minus loans. I don't have any loans, that's good. So basically you can't just take a loan for 300,000 and win a game. The game will subtract that from your total amount. My cash flow is greater than 0. I just have a problem with free time. So let's see what I can get rid of. And if you click on an hourly rate, you can see all of your assets divided by value. And I think that it's safe to get rid of taxi and maybe tutoring. These two are making me the lowest amount of money. So first let's get rid of taxi, and let's get rid of, what else was there? Handmade? No, not handmade, copyrighted. Yeah, copyrighted. And maybe we'll be able to win real soon. Tutorial, make a decision. You're thinking about going online, but you won't have time for your real life students. So pick 1 out of 3. Stay offline, go digital, record webinars and sell online. Okay, that one requires money. Let's pick that, and it sounds to me like the best decision. I don't know, let's see. So what's the outcome? The outcome of your decision, record webinars and sell online. Your webinar thing worked. Now people come for your charisma even more. So that for any particular information. Scaling equals success. An income plus 100%. So now I'm making way more money. So that was a good thing. And now you see that I doubled my income. Okay, taxi was sold and a copywriter was sold. Okay, that's cool. So now I have enough time for victory. So all 4 goals, they're green. I just have to finish the month to declare victory. Okay, so now I won, and if I want to keep playing, I just continue game, and it asks me if I want to keep playing, and the difficulty level will be raised. Okay, I agree on that, and you see that if I click at victory goals, my victory goals were changed. So first of all, my dream has a next level I have to buy. So you see that I traveled 1 country, but now I gotta travel 1 continent, which is more money. My savings account has to be twice as much bigger than it was. My cash flow is already greater than half of expenses, and I have to have more free time. So basically you can keep playing with the same character, but your victory requirements are so much higher now. And after that, if you win at medium level, you're gonna get raised to high level, and if you win at high level, you're gonna get raised to special. If you win at special, you're gonna get raised to hardcore, and good luck winning at hardcore, since basically I think honestly it's impossible. And also you can keep playing when you're retired. You won't be able to win a retirement anymore. You can keep playing till 100 years old. You're gonna get a lot of penalties on that, but if you wanna, play it as in sandbox mode, not being stressed by achievements or anything like that, it's totally up to you, so good luck here. So that's the second dream. You see that picture change, travel 1 continent, and if you travel 1 continent, you're gonna get your second dream. So now that succeeded, but you still have to have a lot of free time and a lot of savings, which is still not achieved. And you see that now you're playing on a medium difficulty. Okay, what else is new? I added an option to get rid of hints. I know that some of you asked for that. Also, we added cloud saves. I added cloud saves, so now you can start playing on your device and continue on your computer. Saying that, I think that's all the new features I added. The game was also slightly rebalanced. You can also see that the camera behavior changed a bit, the avatars became bigger. Also, I changed the font size for devices. Oh, I added a lot of like small tweaks which you maybe won't notice right away, but all of this stuff was added thankfully for your guys' support and request. So if you like this new update, please let me know. Please update, please support the game and leave a good review. Leave your suggestions. If you find any bugs, you can use the new interface report error, which is really cool since I'm gonna get your save game and be able to recreate the issue. And let's stay in touch. You can follow our Reddit and Facebook pages. Right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. That was Roman from Timeflow.